Good evening. This movie is in preparation for us making concrete. Before you start writing, please, you do not have to write anything that's on this first slide. So relax, sit back, and read and listen. The overview goes like this. In small groups, you're going to be making a batch of concrete, and each group is going to be using a little bit different ratio of water to cement mix. And then each group is going to, some of them are going to cover them, some not. And the idea is that simulates covering a cement driveway with a tarp to protect it from rain. And we're going to see what the impact is of varying the amount of water and also covering with a tarp. The next page is going to tell you how you have to get ready for the lab itself. In class, what's going to happen is I'm going to give you directions on how to actually prepare the concrete. Some of the mixtures are not going to turn out well. Don't panic, don't worry. You are not being assessed on how your concrete turns out. How we evaluate you is how well do you report what the different mixtures did. Because we're going to compare our results, we're going to share them with the entire class, we're going to see how everything went. We will have a second day to actually do those tests because of course the concrete has to cure. Normal concrete, they tell you shouldn't drive on it. Usually it's about 5 to 7 days. So we're going to try and give it a not bad amount of time. Maybe not a full 5 to 7 days, but enough that it should cure because we're not making something that's like 4 inches thick. We're making something that's appreciably smaller. Moving on now. All right, so now we get our instructions of how we're going to prepare our lab sheet so you don't have to write this heading down. Here's where we have to start recording something on a brand new piece of paper. In the top left-hand corner, you're going to write the title Concrete Analysis. To the right of it, you're going to put your name and then a group number, and I'm going to assign the group numbers in class. So just leave a space, just big enough to write a 1 or 2 digit number. That's all you have to do. Underneath your name, you're going to leave a space for writing your partner or partners. And then I want you to record pre-lab questions as a heading. And then you're going to copy these 2 questions. The first, what is the impact of different amounts of water in a concrete mixture? And 2, what is the impact of covering concrete for 2 to 3 days after making? Meaning you covered it up for 2 or 3 days and then you pulled it off and let it finish curing. So those are pre-lab questions. We're going to be making predictions. So at this point, you are going to make a prediction of what is going to happen. I would encourage you to do it this way. For number 1, as the amount of water increases in a concrete mix, and then say what you think is going to happen. For number 2, what's the impact? I think the covered concrete will be such and such, whatever you think it is, compared to the uncovered concrete. So that's how I want you to answer those 2 questions. And because they're predictions, don't worry about whether they're right or wrong, but you need to follow each of your predictions up with a why. Why do you think it could be that way? Right after you've answered those 2 pre-lab questions, you're going to just write down materials and procedure provided in class. That's all you have to get ready for the first day. And then what's going to happen is we will have a second day where there will be a new movie that gets you all prepared with your observation chart. So when you come into class that day, we can do the testing. We can post the answers on a piece of paper and share that with everyone so that we all get it. And that way we'll be able to complete our lab write-up. That's all we need to know for now. Thanks for watching.